I appreciate everybody that continues to rock with us. And I thank you guys for always holding us down and taking this journey with me. Some of you are new, some of you are not so much. Some of you have been with me since the beginning of us launching this channel, and some of you have been with me since my first really viral video over in the Silver Dome video, which I was the last person to explore the Silver Dome. And, y'all been rocking with me for a long time, but I don't care when you found me. You can't control when you found me. I'm just glad that you're here, and I appreciate you. My dog Slimmy, I see Slimmy in the chat. Slimmy holding us down. I see you, Anna Marie. You said great hostess. Oh, okay. I see you. I appreciate that. Yeah, Q is a great hostess. She's evolved. She's really, really moldable. And when I give her some advice and I say, hey, let's do this, or let's pivot and go in this direction, or let's, implement this, she is like, okay, what we doing? Like, Q is one of the best people ever, right? And last night, let me give some credit again. I love Q. She hosted a great panel last night, brought some people up. I never know who's coming before they come. I just show up, and she said, Anton, I got something for you tonight. Anton, I got something for you tonight. But I also want to give a lot of credit to Molly. Let me give a round of applause to Molly. Molly was absolutely awesome last night. She was intelligent, gorgeous, and she's so reserved about, participating, and she don't even be wanting the visibility. But I'm so glad that she's now become almost a part of the daily rotation of what we have on Monday night stream. So if y'all not subscribed to the Anton Daniels channel, go over and do so. It is absolutely a phenomenal platform for y'all to participate in. And then also I want to give some credit to, look at that. I was looking at a Patreon video. I want to give some credit to Bitcoin Brown. Bitcoin Brown also redid my site last night, or he launched the redoing of my site. So it's still a work in progress in that we're launching the merch soon, and we got a lot of things coming. But if you want to get in contact with me, or you're trying to figure out what it is that I got going on next, you're more than welcome to go to the relaunch site of AntonDaniels.com and figure that out. It's a lot of information. It actually gives you more insight into my impact from a social media perspective. And then also it gives you an easier way for me to contact you, or for you to contact me. That's me sitting there with Isaiah Thomas having a conversation. There's my Porsche Taycan right there. And then you can also go to RB Designs at the bottom of the screen for y'all to be able to get y'all own stuff developed. And I also want to say that Bitcoin Brown is a bag chaser. So I only do business with my people, and I make sure that I give as much work and as much insight. If I'm going to do business with anybody in particular, it is definitely going to be with the chasers, right? But let me say this. Success is the sweetest form of revenge. Success is the sweetest form of revenge. I know, or I've been hearing my entire life about how I wouldn't be anything, or that I'm not anything without other people participating in my life. I remember when I was coming up as a younger guy, and I'm not talking about really, really young. I'm talking about, 18, 19, 20 years old. And somebody told me, and I held on to it. And they said, yo, Anton, what makes you think you can do your own thing? And Rita will tell you, I remind her every single year of what this person told me. And I'm not bitter about it, but I used it to propel me and fuel me. And he said, and I quote, your success will run through me. Your success has to come through me. You will not be successful unless you go through me. I don't want to give you the full context because you're not going to fully understand it. And it was somebody that was close to me. And it wasn't nobody like a father or anything like that, but it was somebody that was close to me. And he was supposed to be a mentor. And at that point, I made up in my mind that not only was I going to be more successful than him, but I was going to beat him at everything that he ever did in life. And so that became my focus. I had tunnel vision, and I put away all childish things. That night, I no longer played video games. That night, I stopped watching TV. I literally removed the TV from my office. That night, and again, you got to remember, I was working in a steel mill, but I had my other businesses and stuff like that. That night, I became laser focused on what I wanted to do and how I was going to play out my life. Because nobody was going to sit there and tell me that they was going to beat me or that my success was going to come through them. And every single year throughout my entire life, before we get into this show, I want to emphasize something to you because somebody said something to me last night and it triggered me. And I'm going to be absolutely honest with y'all because I like to live my life like an open book. It triggered me. And some of y'all were watching and he said, they not here for you, they here for us. And I laughed because it gave me a flashback to all of the different things that I harbor and I write down who said what about what I'm going to be or what I'm not going to be or the fact that they may be bigger than me or they more successful than me or what it is that they built or that I was a part of that I know that I'm the star. And I laughed at him. I said, what you think they here for you, big dog? And he didn't know. He didn't know. But I leveraged that type of insight and information. And it's not even because of them. It's because of me. I leverage that. I harness it. And I've tried my best in my life to actually move forward from not being negatively motivated to be more positively motivated, but I can't help myself. I tried. I've been conditioned to be this way, and I'm not probably ever going to change. And so when I seen content creators, for example, that I did interviews with in the past, and I watched some of the things that they said on their own, and they said, yeah, it looks like I'm the one that's continuing to go up and ain't nothing without me. Even though I had been paying them for interviews, I laughed at that. And then when I looked at my stats this morning on one channel, when I did over 10 million views over the last 28 days, that motivates me. I don't look at them as a bad person as a result of it, but it motivates me. It absolutely motivates me. I was on a network that I hand built. A couple years ago, I hand built. And people had the nerve to sit there. Not only the person that was running the network felt as though they were more valuable in that it was them, it was their name that ultimately was the thing that was propelling it to be successful. But it was people that was really questioning about my relevancy and what it is that I did. And I was like, wait a minute. I'm the one that leveraged my visibility. I was already popping on YouTube way before this thing even came into my purview. How much people change and the level of humility that goes out the door once they start getting a little bit of motion, a little bit of visibility, a little bit of money. I said, okay. I was looking at Dame Dash, and now he got to sell his part of Rockefeller, and it harkened back to a lyric that Jay-Z said, and he said, "Say they made Hove, make another Hove." And so people ask me a lot of times, Anton, why are you so relentless? Anton, why do you keep beating on these people? Anton, why do you always highlight what it is that the numbers, that's comparison and all of that? Because I'm in competition with everything and everybody. And that also propels me to not take deals that would say that somebody is now a part of my success, because me being 100% independent means that nobody can take my shine. Nobody can take my credit. I built this. I did this with the help of God, obviously. But my point is that when you see people, don't react emotionally when it comes to crashing out when somebody says something that you don't necessarily care for. The sweetest form of revenge is success. The sweetest form of revenge is the cash checks. When I see, and I know what the numbers was when I was there, when I see the fact that people probably got to go back and get a regular job, they got to go back and get a regular job. When I enabled them to be able to quit their job, when I was a part of what it is that they was doing in the first place, it's like joy. It's sweet joy to my spirit. Sweet joy to my spirit. Because when it comes to this competitive thing, I want to break you. I want to beat you. I want to be the best version of myself. And so I'm going to focus 100% of my energy on me instead of on them. Last night, what we had? 4,000 inside of the chat. On a Monday night, on a panel on a Monday night, we had 4,000 inside of the chat. Last night, crazy. Running it up. I told Q, I said, we're going to put pressure on everybody. They sat there and told me, they said, oh, is this because this person and this girl? Like, okay, well, where they at though? Where they at though? It's because this person's left and that person's left, and it was because we was doing 2,000, 3,000 plus when it was just us, when it was just me. Now look at them. Now look at everybody that turned against me. Look at everybody that said that they was gonna be me. Look at everybody that said that what I wasn't gonna be. I leveraged that, and I'm telling you this not to necessarily talk about myself, but to use myself as an example. And that the sweetest form of revenge is success. Do not in any way, shape, or form let these people throw you off of your square. But understand that if you that dude and you that woman, you that. You that. Relentless. People wanted to take vacation, take days off. I said, no, I don't take days off. I never miss. I never miss. It's a lot of talking. But when we get done with all of the talking and the playing games and going back and forth, the only thing that matters is the numbers. The only thing that matters is the numbers. Some of these people can't get 100 people in their chat to save their life. They can't do no show by themselves. They barely know how to speak. I carry these people on my back. On a regular basis, I carried them people. I carry people all the time. And if you're a part of the Bag Chasers and the Patreon, you know that even the reason that I did some of these interviews had nothing to do with the person itself. It had everything to do with bringing more visibility to myself because I'm the talent. I'm the king. And you got to have that mentality. Listen, for the men that's listening to this right now, don't let nobody sit here and tell you that you got to humble yourself before men. I humble myself before God. That's where I take my direction from. I speak so confidently and so fervent in what I say, and that's what you hear me talk about on a panel on a Monday night last night, because I know that God, I know what I am. I know what he made me to be. I know that I pray every morning. I know I'm girded up. I know I got my breastplate of righteousness on a regular basis. You can't stop me. I don't care if it's 3 people, 4 people, 8 people, 20 verse 1. You are all going down. It's better to be with me than against me, because it's nobody that's going to be able to stand before me and survive it. It's nobody that's going to be able to stand before me and survive. It's divine. It's predicted. This is the way that it's going to be. It's going that way no matter what. I'm going to run through you, or you can run with me. Either way, I'm going forward and up. And so as I look at all of the scatterbrain and the carnage and stuff that is left behind me, we're going to continue to run it up. And there's no stopping us, and it's nothing that's going to prevent us from running this bag up. And so what I want to encourage you guys to do is that you have to put everything that you got into your greatness. Stop being out here begging somebody for a reparation. You banking on somebody else to take care of you. It's one of the reasons why I don't identify with a Democratic Party, is because you can't give me nothing. All I want you to do is get out of my way. I don't identify with the Democratic Party because I'm not looking for a handout. I don't need nobody in order to try to lower something for me. I don't need nobody to hand me a fish. I don't need no social services. I don't need your help. I want you to get out of my way. The reason why I identify as a conservative and as a Republican in general, especially with regard to this election, is because I closely identify with the idea that I don't want bigger government. I don't want you playing a role in my life. I don't want you dictating what it is that I'm going to do when it comes to what's best for my family. I'm not interested in hearing what your abortion policies are. You know why? Because that's something that I can control for myself. Only thing I want you to do is remove the red tape and the regulation that allows for me to really be able to get to the bag, because you're slowing me down. I don't need your help. I need you to get out of my way. You slowing me down. You an anchor. And so real people and real men understand that your pathway to success is all dependent on you. Stop depending on the federal government. Stop depending on something that somebody said that somebody owes you. Man, I don't care what nobody owe me. Listen, I owned half of a network and I walked away from it all. Now it's worth nothing. And I'm worth 10 times more than I was when I had it. I don't care about that part. I can get it myself. Nobody is going to stop you when you unstoppable. It's up to you. It's you. You are the one. You the talent. You the greatness. You the goal. Without you, nothing exists. If you really believe that. Or do you want to be interdependent on somebody else in order for you to be successful? So if they don't show up, you can't win. I was never the type of person that was going to depend on somebody for my college paper when they had to pair us together and say, hey, listen, you do half of the work and you do half of the work. No, listen, look, bro, you here or you not? Because either way, this work is getting done. I don't care if I got to stay up all night. I'll deal with you and I'll have a conversation about what you did and we'll deal with that after it. But I'm not about to forego my grade. I'm going to approach this thing as though it was just me by myself in the first place. If you contribute, cool. Either way, I'm winning. And it's better for you to be on my team than not be on my team. I don't care. I do not care who comes and who goes. Somebody last night on the panel, they said, Anton, but what if everybody ain't doing this? Or what if people don't agree with you? I don't care. I'll go by myself. So you saying that, look, this is what they said. So you saying that, it ain't about the whole, man, I don't care if nobody goes with me. All I need is my God, my Jesus, and my fervency and breath in my body. As long as there's breath in my lungs, I don't care if the whole world is against me. If everybody disagrees and the whole world is against me, but I know that I'm right because I take my orders from a divine power, I'm going. And everybody gonna suffer and everybody gonna get out of my way. I don't want to be a part of groupthink. I don't want to be a part of your crew. I'm not interested in joining your fraternity or your sorority. I don't want to be friends with you. I'm not interested in hanging out at your house. I don't care about you. I don't care about your life. The only thing I care about is winning at the greatest level, and whoever is coming with me is going to win too. That is my mentality. That is the way that I've always operated. I'm a solo artist. I just started being able to have friends because I was like, who is they and where they coming from and why they even over here? You got to approach life as though it's only you and you can't have no safety net. And this is one of the reasons why I even have conversations with women and saying, do you really want to be equal? Because you're going to have to compete against me. And I don't sleep. I'm like a terrorist. You can't negotiate with me. You can't negotiate with a terrorist. When you go to war with a terrorist, you're going to have to kill him. You're going to have to kill me because I'm not going to stop. And so if you don't feel as though you got a lot to lose, if you're not willing to die for what you believe in, it's over for you because you're going to have to be willing to die to stop me. You're going to have to be willing to put it all on the line. I don't sit here and go back and forth and try to have work-life balance. I'm not going back and forth out there in order to make sure that everybody is taken care of. That's what I got a wife for. I'm going to kill. I'm taking everything. I want everything. I want it all. I'm greedy. Yes, I am. I want all of the money, all of the glory, and then we're going to figure out how to spread it out afterwards. I'm not stopping for nobody. I'm not satisfied. I'm not comfortable. I'm not happy. I'm not going to have work-life balance. Until the day that I die, I'm going for everything. I want it all. I want everything that is mine. I want everything that my father should have had. I want everything that my grandfather should have had. Everything that he said that he was supposed to do, he said, Anton, my legacy is you. I'm coming for everything. There ain't nothing that nobody gonna do that's gonna stop me either. You're gonna have to kill me. You're gonna have to take me out. And even then, I'm gonna be greater in my death than I am in my life. I'm not afraid to die. I'm not afraid to lose. I done lost already. I come from Detroit, Michigan. I was born on 20214 Greenlawn. You can't tell me what it is. How you gonna threaten me when I come from nothing, when I come from the hood, when I seen crackheads? There was a crack house directly across the street, 2 doors down from my crib. You think I'm scared of losing? You think I'm scared of going broke? Money? It's my dog, Brian. Shout out to Brian McKnight. He said he wanted to hit me up. What up, B? I'm on a live stream. What's the word?
Oh, man, I didn't know you. You're so busy. You're probably on live stream all the time. I just wanted to thank you for the shout-outs this week, man. It's crazy.
No, man, I love you, bro. I'm going to call you right after I get off the live stream.
All right. Call me back.
All right, bet. Bye. Shout out to Brian. I was about to go Super Saiyan. I didn't know that Brian McKnight was about to hit me up right in that moment. Shout out to you, B. You saved these people because I was about to go Super Saiyan. Shout out to Brian, my guy. Shout out to all of the different people that be hitting me up, that be tapping in, man. I love these people. Brian is a good guy in real life. And so when I see people like Ricky Smiley saying stuff to him, and getting back and forth when they don't really know the situation. When I speak on certain things, I know what's really happening. When I speak on certain things, I know what's really happening. They gossiping. Ricky Smiley is a gossip girl. He don't really know what's happening. Anyways, man, let me get back into the show, man. Let me get back into the show. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It be going left. It be going left. I'm sorry. Shout out to my dog Brian. You saved him. You saved him.